Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I am delighted to be at the iconic, I would say, a hotel here in Bangkok called the Lebua, and I have the top man here, and that is Rajan Khurana. Good evening, Rajan.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well and I'm happy. I've got a drink in my hand and friends around me.
Good. Life couldn't be better. And I understand you have a relatively full hotel.
That's correct. I think we're doing well. I think God has been kind.
Good. Rajan, tell me a little bit, for people that don't know the Lebua, I obviously do, tell me a little bit about the history of it, what famous things have gone on here, and I'll quickly pan up to the top there, to that magnificent dome above your head. Tell me a bit more about it.
I think Lebua is a young company as compared to most of the hospitality companies. We started our journey as a company 20 years ago from this very restaurant where we're sitting right now called Sirocco, by a dream, by a lady called Khun Narawadi. She's a Thai businessman, and it was her dream to create something which is very different that was existing in the market at that time. Because we realized that the guests are looking a little bit of a more experiential dining than just simply going to a restaurant for food. And that's how the birth of Sirocco and Sky Bar took place in 2003. And today we have 11 restaurants and bars. We have 2 hotels in this tower. In all, we are actually call ourselves world's first vertical destination food and beverage.
Excellent. And we're actually sitting, for those of who wouldn't be obvious, we're actually sitting in what is known as the Sky Bar, and this is how many floors up?
We're sitting right now on the 63rd floor of the hotel.
Right, and with fantastic views. It's been used on a number of occasions. One particular film occasion, which I think, which is famous for.
It's Hangover 2. I think Hangover movie actually was released in 2011. However, even after 13 years, I see every evening multiple people coming and taking the pictures because of the movie. At the same time, this is also a very famous, popular location for proposals for young couples.
Excellent.
And there is a story that goes here that until today, no lady has said no to anyone.
Excellent. Well, that's interesting. We need to get that out. That's for sure on this broadcast. Um, this is in a, obviously, we've looked at the rooms. One would expect the rooms to be absolutely fantastic, which they are, with great views, some across the river, some across the city. We have this bar. You've said you've got lots of other bars, and it's an experiential hotel. But it's also in a very interesting area of Bangkok, isn't it? What's happening in this area at the moment?
I think where we are located right now, I think we are on the road which is called Charankrung Road. Now, Charankrung Road happens to be the first long road ever built in Thailand, way back in 1850s. So this was a road that was built in 1850s from Grand Palace, 8.5 kilometer. So there's a lot of interesting things around in this area. I mean, we've got a local community around us where we have a duck and rice shop that is 120 years old. We've got this area very close to the hotel, walking distance, and we do a lot of walking itineraries for the guests, which was where the first port ever built in Thailand on the river. And this is also an area which was used to be the fashion capital or fashion district, as we call it, back in the days. So there are very interesting things, I think, in this area, and I'm doing a project with Tourism Authority of Thailand at the moment to develop an itinerary around this area, and to really people who are interested in experiential travel. I think this is the area they have missed in Bangkok, and they need to return.
Excellent. And we mentioned earlier that Bangkok is one of the lowest cost cities in the world, despite the enormity of attraction, food, experiential, as you said. Is that? Do you think that's well known enough, that the fact that it's to stay in a hotel here is a fraction of what it might cost in other parts of the world?
I think I wouldn't say Bangkok as the cheapest, but Bangkok is an area where Bangkok is a country that delivers maximum value, I think, the tourist. Because I think coming to Thailand and coming to Bangkok, I think the infrastructure is extremely good. And so it takes care of pretty much everything about your transportation, any mode of transportation you want. And the hotels are not expensive. Any brand you can pick up in the city.
Final question. If you wanted your hotel to be known just for one thing, one thing only, what would it be?
It would be experiences.
Excellent. Rajan, best of luck in the future. Best of luck for this evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.